Welcome. My name is Matthew Stevens, and this is Pedal Echoes, a discussion about what pedals inspired an artist's creativity for new music. My discussion with Sam Porter of Kali Masi happened in the evening of March 17th, 2021. Sam Porter is a guitarist and primary vocalist for Chicago-based punk band Kali Masi. Sam is joined by John Garrison, Wes Moore, and Anthony Elliot. This is episode 22. Welcome to Pedal Echoes. I have Sam Porter here with us. How did Kali Masi get started?
Kali Masi got started in around 2011, 2012. Me and the drummer, John Garrison, we met in high school and we used to jam and stuff. And when I left the town that we lived in and went to college in Chicago, I would come back on the weekends and he and I would kind of jam. And we started writing songs together then. We played our first show in 2012 in a garage in the suburbs. We were actually called The Howl for the first 4 or 5 years. And then we changed our name when we put out our first record in 2017.
Can you talk a little bit about the recent singles that you released, and maybe the record if you can, and walk me through your Pedalboard setup?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so we're just a couple days shy of putting out this new record called Laughs. It's our first record in about 3 or 4 years. And yeah, so we put out 4 singles for it. The most recent one is called Freer. We put out a song called Get Like a Gun prior to that. And before that, there was a song called Trophy Deer. And the first single that was from that record is called The Stray. And yeah, so my Pedalboard setup, it changes a lot. I'm changing stuff all the time, but for a lot of the touring leading up to this record we just recorded and recording it, I think I sent you a photo of, it's just a floor just kind of covered in pedals. My signal chain for that was a volume pedal into a 1981 DRV, into a Gruder Moonlight Fuzz, to a Boss CE2 chorus pedal, the Wazacraft one. I have a Meteor reverb, Maris Autobit Junior bit crusher, Chase Bliss tonal recall delay, and then I have a Blue Sky and a Flint from Strymon at the end of my chain. I get a lot of my general guitar tone from, I play Jazzmaster and into a head, Science Decolonizer head. And I lean on that pretty heavily for just general, just my clean tone isn't that clean and just general tone. But I think the pedals that I am stomping on the most would probably be that 1981 DRV, just on and off, because we change from clean to heavy pretty frequently throughout the album. And I just love that pedal because it's such a, I don't know, it's kind of tough to find, I think, a dirt pedal that you just really vibe with. And I feel that one specifically didn't really take away from what I was getting out of my amp and guitar. It kind of only added to it. But
use it more so to push the amp then?
Yeah, to push it. I have it. So, then the drive on that is around it's only up at around 9 o'clock, 9 or 10 or noon on some of the songs that call for it. But it seems like nothing ever changes. Seems like nothing ever changes. And yeah, so I just use it to push it and just give it a little bit more gain these days. Since we've been kind of relearning the songs from the record, I've been trying to lean on the amp a little bit more for switching channels and stuff like that. But with the reverbs and stuff, it just makes it so I'd have to go into an effects loop, and I don't know. I'm I'm trying to figure it all out right now. Like I said, it changes a lot, but on that record and a lot of those songs, I'm using that pedal a ton. And I also use the Strymon Blue Sky a ton, just for I have it on usually with a pretty subtle room sound, just on the normal mode and the room mode. I think there's just something about just a little bit of reverberating you can hear the sound that the guitar is in, even if it's just made from a pedal, that I just found like really organic sounding. And so I have that on a lot, especially for like cleaner parts on the record. And I also use that for like a like kind of like endless like modulating reverb for like the ends of certain songs, and like in between, like when there's like a tuning break, I'll just like let the last chord of a song like ring out forever with that one. And yeah, the tonal recall, I just use that for all delay stuff. I have a couple settings on it that I toggle between. One of them just being like longer dark delays, and the other one being just like kind of spanky slapback stuff, both with like a little bit of modulation on them. And yeah, the flint on the trem on the Strymon Flint is amazing. I love that pedal as well.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Yeah, it's one of those pedals where I think of all the tremolo pedals that are out there, I mean, the reverb on it is great. Both sides of it are really amazing. And I use them both for different things, but the trem is just like, it's just gorgeous. It's everything that you want. It's so amp-like. And yeah, I love that pedal a ton. There's the first track on the record we're about to put out is called Still Life. And there's this guitar break in it that we got to mess around with the auto bit, the bit crusher pedal from Maris. I gotta say, like, of all the like goofy, interesting pedals that are out there, I think that one's just like my favorite for how wild it can get, and how like just how much it can just destroy your guitar tone a little bit. And it's a super hard pedal to use in a band setting because of that. Because I mean, it's got like the bit crushing on it, but it's also got these like like filter sequencing, and it's got this like random like kind of like glitchy stutter thing that it does. And there was a really fun guitar pedal day when we put that in that song. There's like a guitar break in the middle that gets like really chopped up and glitchy, and it was just like all that pedal. And it's a staple on my board now just for that song specifically, but I'm always dying to like find like more places to use it, because it's just so, I don't know, it's just so fucking fun. I love that thing.
Yeah, like now you have to have it because of that song on the record, but now you want to incorporate to other things as well.
Yeah, totally. I mean, we used the like almost like ring modulating like bit crusher thing that it does on a couple songs. Like we doubled up some guitar tracks with that behind it just to make them sound like just a little stranger. But yeah, there's just like that one section, that one song where it just gets like really destroyed. And yeah, it's such a fun one. I love that thing.
My next question was going to be, what do you have those pedals dialed to? But you pretty much just touch base on that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any other like in the signal chain stuff that I like get really specific about, but I don't think too much other stuff.
Can you tell me what Kali Masi has coming up?
Yeah, man. I mean, we're releasing this record in a couple days, and we are kind of planning a little bit last minute, but we're planning like a little bit of like a online record release stream. And we've got like a bunch of really dope people that are going to play on it. There's Sean Bonnet from AJJ and Evan Weiss from Into It Over It, and like a bunch of other people, a bunch of homies from all over the place who are just gonna come on and like play like one or two songs, and we're gonna play most of the record. So yeah, we're doing that. We're hoping, fingers crossed, as everybody is saying right now, that everybody's able to get vaccinated and we get the world to a safer place. And we're trying to go back to Europe in the fall. That's still on as of right now. But yeah, man, we're just like you and I were saying at the beginning of this, it's just we kind of the silver lining of all the quarantining and the pandemic and everything was like we really took our time with this record, and it seems like it's coming out like right at a time where things are starting to open back up. So yeah, I would love to tour on the record that we wrote.
Imagine how different the record could have been crafted had you had the limited time that most records revolve around.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think it just would have been less. Like we just would have like put a lot less promotion on it. Like we recorded it, like we finished tracking a week before everything locked down. Yeah, so we recorded it like exactly a year ago. But it was very weird. It was just like we had heard like through the grapevine about like this COVID thing, and it was like kind of like a big question mark. And we like finished this record, we were like on top of the world, and then we went home, we practiced one time, and then didn't see each other for like 6 months. It's super weird. But I think a lot of people went through that.
Sam, thanks for being on Pedal Echoes.
Awesome, man. Thanks for having me.
To find out more about Kali Masi, please visit kalimasi.bandcamp.com. Laughs is available now.
This is Sam from Kali Masi, and this is our song Trophy Deer from our album Laughs that's about to come out. Thanks.
You can hold my jacket. Think I wanna dance tonight. Find me before you go. Don't wanna ride home alone. I was a new kid in a rich town. Not a lot of friends around, but I found the only other one in the neighborhood. A bond was unbreakable. Some people change, but we won't be everything that we could be. 'Cause the pact that we made feels like cement shoes that look good in our youth. Water's up to our necks now, we gotta get out. I don't wanna be a souvenir. I got my own way to go, and I hope I see you there when the smoke clears. The inside jokes and new inner circles, inside our old haunts made an outsider out of me. Saw how much it lit you up to beat me down, beat me down, beat me down. So fly me like a fighter kite. I wish you'd cut my line and make it right. But I'm the crutch and I'm the sprain. It's a complex duality. Poison in the words you use. I grew up excluded and you press on the bruise. Breeze I feel within me, and it's taking me to places that I never believed. But I won't be everything that I could be, and I won't be everything that I should. Don't